determined not to fail, but we are speaking in a moment of tremendous economic uncertainty. Mm-hmm. You referenced tariffs earlier. Can you talk about the impact you've been feeling over the last few weeks? And we should frame this as the ground is shifting beneath our feet. The policies have kind of been changing week by week. But what's been the effect that you've felt?
So here's the thing. First of all, I anticipated it. I expected it. I planned for it. Why? Because the incoming administration told us very clearly what they were going to do. I mean, the entire time Trump was running this second time, he kept talking about tariffs. So I don't understand why the 50% of the country that voted for him are now shocked by the tariffs. There is literally nothing he has done since coming into office that has shocked me. Nothing.
Not even the size, because I've spoken to people on Wall Street who said we expected the tariffs, but not the extent of that April 2nd announcement.
Have you ever seen him do anything that wasn't over the top? Why would anybody expect that it was going to be reasonable, that it was going to be 10%? More importantly, we have started 6 trade wars in the history of our country. Every single one has hurt us. It hurt our automotive industry. It hurt our farmers. We can go across the board, and never has tariffs worked. What has worked are 0-for-0 agreements across the board. We can go through every single time we've done a 0-for-0 agreement. We'll take spirits, for example. The 0-for-0 agreement that we agreed to in 1997, until that was reversed in 2018, our collective industries, our collective trade grew 450%. Close to $8 billion was that growth. That is success. When you look at the 0-for-0 agreement on our microchips, on most of our technology that we need to be able to buy in order to make some of the incredible things that like NVIDIA makes, right? Mm-hmm. When you look at that, the reason why we're able to do that is because of the 0-for-0 trade agreement. So you're talking about something that has benefited this country by trillions of dollars. But that's not the conversation that this administration is having. Why? Because there's no shock in that. There's no headlines in that. 0-for-0 agreements get you no headlines. You know what gets you a headline? Is putting 145% tariff on China. You know what keeps you in the headlines? So we had to understand that if we're electing someone whose priority is to be on everyone's lips every single day, to be in the headlines, you're talking about a person who did The Apprentice, who literally was firing people on television, right? I don't know why we want him to be someone different than who he is. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to the country. We should have taken him at his word. I am going to come in here and I'm going to disrupt everything. I'm going to disrupt the markets. I'm going to do all of that. We should have taken him at his word.
So you were taking him at his word.
Absolutely.
What did you do to, I hate the word future-proof. It's become kind of jargon.
But I can tell you. So there's a couple of things. Number one, all of the glass, so our glass all comes in from overseas. Every bit of glass that we need for the next 2 years is already in America. Every bit of cork, we get our corks from Portugal, all in America for what we need for the next 2 years. Because it was very clear that if he was able to win both the House and the Senate, there would be no guardrails, which means that he could essentially do whatever he wanted with tariffs. And he had already said, I'm putting in tariffs. And so we began making sure that whatever we needed for the next 2 years that was coming from outside of this country, that we had it in our country already. From Q1 of 2024 to Q1 of 2025, we cut our expenses by about 40%. But we still figured out how to grow. And so these are the things that we had to begin doing the moment we saw the administration and where that was going to go. Because then we knew, okay, the market is going to get crazy. Credit lines are going to get tight and money is going to be expensive. And a company our size, are we able to weather a storm like that, but to prepare for it in advance?